What's going on, guys? Today we're back with another one. I'm doing something a little different today. As you see, I've been at the lake all day. That's all right. I came home and decided that I was going to do my turkey mount. So I'm doing for the first time my fan. I'm going to do my fan with the wings. I've got both the wings over here too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you everything you need and show you step by step on how I'm planning on putting it together, how I'm going to do it. And I think it should turn out pretty good. So first of all, you want either one drill, but I've got two. So you're going to want a Phillips head bit, and you want any kind of regular drill bit that's smaller than the screws you're going to be using. So I've got some Phillips head screws as well. I have a torch. I have polyurethane. I have some wall hangers for like pictures and stuff. You're gonna need a piece of a decking board. So I just had stuff laying around and I'm gonna try to use it. So I had a decking board. I cut it, two of them 18 inches, one of them 5 inches. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the torch and burn this wood. So you guys stay tuned. Make sure not to burn yourself. We're going to do the same thing on this piece. All right, guys, now we're going to hit them with polyurethane, shine them up a little bit. This I'm going to figure out a way to do this where I don't get polyurethane on all my stuff, so you guys stay tuned. All right, guys, so I found an old tote. So I drilled a screw in the end of this so I don't get polyurethane all over my hands. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this polyurethane. You see it shining it up, making it darker. And that's good for that one. Make sure you set it back down on your work area really nicely. I didn't put a screw in this one, so looks like I'm gonna get my hands messed up anyway. They also make this polyurethane in a where you can brush it on. So I mean, that might be a better option for some of you guys. All right, so give me just a minute and I will pick you guys right back up on what we're gonna do next. All right, guys, so what we're gonna do is epoxy this, okay? So I'll take that back. Do not drill through the bone, okay? Where you want to drill at, put you some epoxy. See this epoxy? Just do a big glob of it. Just like that. We'll leave her set right here to dry. And we'll go in the same spot on the other side. About right here. Big old glob of it. on the other wing. Same exact spot. And we'll just let that dry. So you guys stay tuned. I'll be back with y'all in just a moment. All right, guys, so after about 30 minutes, when I realized that that was 2-part epoxy and I had to mix the two together to get it to bind, I came back and I took 2 pieces of wood and epoxied them to the wings, there and there. Now what we're gonna try to do is drill through the wood and not split the wood like we did the bone. And it's just gonna go right above where we broke the bone. Okay, so we're gonna go right above it in the center. Hold the wood, because that's fresh epoxy. Just like that. Now you've got a hole drilled for your screw. Same thing on this side. We brought a little bit of feathers with us, that's okay. And more. All right, but we got a hole through there. Now what we're gonna do, take our screws. You're gonna want to go through the front side. This is gonna be the hard part, is finding, you're gonna have to feel around. I think I found it. I think that's pretty close. Take your other drill and drill it in a little bit. It helps if you've got a drill bit that fits the screw, okay? We do not have that, so let me go find one. You guys stay tuned. All right, guys, so once you find a drill bit finally that actually works, you're gonna put them through the front ends on both sides into where you drilled your little hole into the wood. Now we're gonna go back to the board, the back board, the one that we didn't do anything to. We didn't burn it. We didn't burn it. We didn't polyurethane it. We didn't do any of that. And you're just gonna find the spot you want. Something like that. Let's go ahead and get one in. So it turns out that drill bit don't really fit either. That's okay. All right. So that one's in there. Now we're going to do the same thing to this side. Just want to make sure these are kind of even. Make sure you got plenty of room for your fan. Okay, now those are on there. They move around a little bit, but that's okay, and I'll show you why in just a few minutes. So now we're gonna go into the fan. And I have done the fans before, and I can go ahead and tell you that you ain't gotta worry about anything breaking. So we are just going to go right through it with the drill bit. So I can get all this out of my way. You can go right through the dead center of it. See that? Nothing broke. You have a hole all the way through. Now we're gonna take this. Like so. Just like that. Now what we're gonna do, now this is the reason why it ain't gonna matter if those moved around a little bit, those wings, because now we are going to take, make sure everything's right where you want it. That front board you did, it's gonna go right over the top. Just like this. Now you're gonna take 2 longer screws and you're gonna go one through the center here really tight, one through the center here really tight, and that part's done. I'm gonna go get 2 long screws and show y'all how that works. All right, guys, once you got your 2 big daddies, you're gonna take your drill bit first. You want to go right there. Go there. Okay, now you'll take your other drill with your Phillips bit. Okay, next one. Like so. All right, and then that's what you have so far. Can't tell how good that looks. I think I'm gonna go real quick, guys. I'm gonna flip this over like this, and I'm gonna cut this off because I don't like this backboard. So you guys stay tuned. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I cut that backboard off. Next, what we're going to do, by the way, you see how it's sitting up like this? Once you get it up against the wall and it's in place where it's gonna be for the rest of its life, it'll mold to the wall. So that way, after a few years, or shoot, really after like a few weeks of it being up against the wall like this, it'll stay like this. So if you ever move or whatever, you ain't gotta worry about it. Which is not a problem anyway. Once you put it on the wall, it's on the wall. So now, for this piece here, the plan for this piece was, guys, what I'm planning on doing with it is I don't know how good it's gonna work out. So I'm gonna show you guys what I had in mind. I'm going to take this glue gun and I'm going to stick this right here, just like that. It's gonna look just like this up against the wall. And what I'm making is a little shelf. I don't know if the hot glue is gonna hold it, but we're gonna try it. It's all about trial and error. This is my first wing mount I've ever done, but I figured I'd take you guys along with me, so I hope you guys are enjoying. So we're gonna mount it there, and the reason I'm doing this is because I'm gonna put my jar of stones on top from the turkey, on top of the shelf. On top of the shelf. We're gonna put it on top of the shelf. And then what I was planning on doing for the bottom of the shelf, look right here, guys, I've got these little hooks right here. They screw in and you can hang stuff from them. These. I was gonna screw one of those into the bottom through my shotgun shell that I killed the turkey with, and hot glue the turkey beard inside the shotgun shell and have it hanging from the bottom of the shelf. So it'll be the turkey jewels on top in the jar and the beard hanging from the bottom. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we're gonna see. I don't have the beard with me or the shotgun shell with me. I don't have the beard with me or the shotgun shell with me here at the shop. they are at my house. So I may just pick you guys back up after I get that finished and just show it to you on the wall. But for right now, what we're gonna try to do, if it's even gonna work, we're gonna try to hot glue this to our mount. We're gonna do the shelf. I don't know if it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, I'm sure I can think of something else. I can probably think of another way to do it. So you guys stay tuned. All right, guys, so I got the hot glue heated up. Go ahead and put this all on here. About out of glue, boys. Gonna make it work though. All right, guys, we're gonna stick that down. All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm just gonna hold this down for a minute. It's not gonna be holding much weight. It's gonna be holding a little tiny jar of jewels. But I also had a little piece of scrap that I cut, and I put it under it to kind of give it some support anyways, right there at where it's gonna be glued. And it covered that big screw hole, so I like how that turned out. And if this don't work, I will just use some wood glue. All right, guys, so I switched it up a little bit. I figured this was too big. I mean, it's just gonna be holding a little jar. Did away with it because the glue didn't work, of course. Okay. So I made a smaller little shelf, one that I could fit screws through. So now we're gonna set it up here. By the way, I already burned it and polyurethane it and all that. So now, just gonna take our screws. I've got 2 deck screws that will work just fine. Make sure it's square. 1. There's 2. Now that's what we got, guys. Just like that. The beard will hang right here. Jewels will be up here. And I will show you guys the completely finished product as soon as I get it on the wall. But the last thing we've got to do right here, guys, set that up like that, and we're going to take our hangers that I showed you earlier. I'm going to open these up. I myself personally like these right here. Then you want to get you some of these little bitty nails. And I'm hoping, yeah, these little tiny nails, there's longer ones over here on this side. Get some of these, will we? I got sausage fingers. Okay. So we're gonna get this. All right, what I'm gonna have to do, guys, I will pick you guys back up, but first what I'm gonna have to do to get this piece of wood to sit flat is I'm gonna have to take a grinder and grind these 2 little ends of these screws off that are coming through. So you guys stay tuned for that, and I will show you how we take care of those screws coming out. All right, guys, got the grinder. As you can see, don't got a guard on it because we ain't put. Simple as that, guys. We'll get a close-up of this. Smooth as a whistle. Now, we will take this and gonna go right about there with it. Hold on one second while I find a hammer. All right, guys, once you've got your trusty Cobalt hammer, I'm just going to one in that side. One in that side. And that is the finished product. Pretty much finished. I'll show you guys, like I said, when it's on the wall. I'll get some pictures to go up on the video and whatnot. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video of DIY turkey mount, fan and wings mount, please hit that subscribe button. You help me out a lot. Please. Thank you, guys. Other than that, I'm hoping to get a couple more hunting videos in before all the seasons are out. Spring squirrel season just came in. That's one thing we haven't done on the channel, is do some squirrel hunts. But here in North Carolina, we've only got like maybe 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks exactly, maybe 3, of spring squirrel season. So I am going to try to make a couple squirrel hunting videos for you guys in the next few days. Between work and family and all that stuff, it's kind of hard sometimes. Y'all know how it is. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, take it easy.